In secondary school, I wrote this story about a girl in Calabar who lost her parents to their own foolishness, honestly, and some social wars. It felt like me because I was in the middle of some parental wahala. Yeah, it felt like me. I had to burn it in some, I don't know, teenage boy cathartic moments. But yeah, it felt like me. It was a story and not a poem, surprisingly. But yeah, I did burn it. I am not a very disciplined person. I quit from emotion, I think, because most of my poems are regurgitations of my diary entries. I go to an entry from years ago or weeks ago and I steal a feeling and I dress it up so that it's fit for public consumption. But I think it's also important to separate um, what kind of creating. Okay, I would like to be a disciplined writer, but I think I'm more moved to write from emotion. I write from how I feel. I write from how something looks to me. I write from a beautiful sight that I don't know hits me in the middle of the afternoon. With poems, I think this is the case, but with short stories or my essays, like a film review, for example, I tend to write more from discipline and a need for to produce that work than from emotion. So I think I'm a rebellious person, yeah, um, and I try to write in that way rebelliously and confront some ideas that I am passionate about. These ideas tend to these ideas show up often in my work. I think my work actually centers these rebellious schemes or ideas that I am trying to that I am passionate about. Yeah, so in that way I'm a socially conscious writer. I don't think there's any part of me specifically that I can think of right now that I am afraid to show in my work. At some point it used to be my um I don't know, non-religious ideas or some very non-conservative ideas about friendship or monogamy. But now I feel like I grew into those. I grew into that confidence, and my work actually centers these things now. Honorary mention: the girl Mercy Onugu Uche. She's my oldest friend and my biggest audience, my primary audience. She has read everything that I have written, well, everything that I have sent to her to read, and she's amazing. She gets me, and when I am preparing for a performance, a pressure performance, or I'm preparing to take something, a piece of my writing online, I always pass it through her first. She just gets me in a way that feels so personal. And we've lost friends together. We have grown out of secondary school together. We went to the same university. We I don't know. She makes me sane. All right, she keeps my foot on the ground. She grounds me in a way that I think most writers can only aspire to be kept. Yeah, but having her as a primary audience actually makes my writing feel sane, brings it back to the ground. And I think it's a signal of maturity, of maturing as a writer. When you're just starting out as a writer, you tend to write about your emotions, how you feel. Yeah, but when as the public consumes your writing or as you write more, you want to touch other aspects of life outside your own, life outside how you experience it. And so you will write about stars that you will never touch, stars that you will never go to. You will write about countries you've never been to, experiences from other people's eyes, um, decentering yourself, decentering your own emotions in that way. But this does not mean, of course, that that kind of writing is not relevant to or does not include aspects of yourself. It just means that you're not really at the center anymore. But writing without you at the center still has value, I think. Yeah, it still has value in itself. I read recently that Nigerian writers are not writing for the current market. We are writing for the next generation of people. I want my writing to outlive me for sure. I want somebody to read something I wrote and imagine what my life was like. Like, oh god, that who's that dead good person? I want my writing to outlive this current homophobic, transphobic, small-minded, racist, patriarchal climates of things into the future, into the brighter, more colorful future. This is not meant to make you guys soppy over this, but I do a lot of quitting in my own life, and of course I have thought of quitting, and I have quit writing at several points in my life. I quit writing because I did not think I was writing adequately enough. I quit writing because I didn't think I was good enough. I quit writing because I was broke and I needed to find other more commercial areas to put my focus on. I don't think at this point in my life that I will quit writing again, because writing has brought immense values, and most of my friendships are built around our shared um, connection with our the art that the writing that we produce, either together, whether together or as individual people. Yeah, so my life is now saturated with um, writing goals, writing milestones, people sharing what their writing has done for them, people sharing what their writing is helping them say. Yeah, I want to be a part of this. I think it's a beautiful place to be. So I I don't want to quit. I hope I do not quit. I think I'm evolving more towards fiction that infuses poetry into its language and tells the Nigerian story in the Nigerian story from the story of um trying to find your feet. The French story, as we know it, is the story of people falling in love and love winning. The American story is the story of freedom, of breaking through those obstacles and finding freedom at last. Um, the Nigerian story is the story of succeeding against all the odds stacked against you. I want to tell that story with Nigerian eyes, with somebody who has lived in Nigeria, who has read from Nigeria, who writes from Nigeria. I want to um, write towards that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to place this in the writing world. I think I want a lot of people to read my writing. Yeah, I want people to read my writing. Maybe I'll say freedom will come from the money I get. So I have more options. You know, I can tell you no. I will not be letting you publish my work. I will publish it with these guys because I have that freedom. No, 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 no. I think I'm going to lean more towards fame because I want my writing to not necessarily reach more people, but reach the right people. You know, people who will understand, people who will stand with me, and maybe write too.